Hello, today I would like to show you a small rant video about the Boxchip S700. I was using this device for a past year and I managed to really hate it, but I'm not using it from like 2 weeks, so I managed to cool down, so it's going to be a very civil video, but I'm going to tell you why you should not buy it. First, what this device is. This is a Chinese copy of a Chinese Hyetera PDC760, which is a multimode radio. And what does it mean? That means we've got POC terminal plus UHF radio. POC PTT over cellular in form of Android smartphone that can install any push-to-talk applications. If you compare it visually to the Hyetera PDC760, it looks very much similar. The build is very similar, but this unit do not have a top screen like on the Hyetera PDC, and in general reassemble a very bad quality build. If you go with a Hyetera radio, I have couple of Hyetera radios and they've got a very good build quality. This have bad build quality and I'm going to show you exactly why. But first, what this device was supposed to allow you. So if you've got a terminal like this is an Android terminal, and here we've got a UHF radio. It should combine those two devices together, fuse them together, and you should be able to carry just that one device. But there is a old saying that if something can do everything, that means it's going to be bad in that everything, in that every aspect, and it is 100% true here. So let's start from first thing that break, and you would not believe, because that was a PTT key. Here is a plastic element that was located here, and it's just snapped in half. So that was the first thing that broke. And yeah, I'm laughing from that because, as I told you, some time passed, I purchased something much better, and I'm laughing, I'm not angry. That was like my bad decision to go with the Chinese stuff. And actually the design is pretty good because the actual key is under that rubber flap, so it have a good ingress protection. So if we've got a replacement, I don't think there are selling, that would be just a way of squeezing it and putting it inside. But yeah, after 2 months of using, that's not possible to be accepted. Other keys are just fine, but if we go back to the bottom, we've got the USB-C and it's not protected by anything. Didn't they think about protection? Yes, they did, and they've got here a rubber gasket that you push it, but of course it failed. It lost, it was bad design. Here you can see the gold pins on side of your radio for connecting the accessories, and they are a little bit greenish, as you can see, and this is not the paint. There is something going on. It doesn't look like it is gold. maybe it's more like a copper and it's turning green, which has got absolutely no sense because you can see how the connection is bad, and most likely it will not make a good contact. But that's not the worst. The worst part is here you've got a crack, and after a couple of drops the radio start cracking. So it is a very bad type of plastic, and I've got no idea what's going on because I've got a lot of radios. I use a lot of Motorola radios. I use a Chinese Hytera, even like a high tier but license free radios from that company, and you can drop them multiple times and the plastic just dent. It not crack, it just make a dent, but that plastic it have like some sort of wrong mixture and it crack and go away. So definitely not good way to go. The another thing that failed was the antenna, but we can say that that was part of my fault because I was wearing it on my belt and it was pushing on my body. But yeah, this is how looks the antenna. I had to find a replacement, and the replacement looks much better. But this is not everything bad what happened with this radio. This is not why I throw it out. The worst thing is that if you bump on this radio, let me unlock this. If you bump it, like you've got this on your belt, you bump it, the radio is resetting itself. The radio just reset. If I bump again, the radio reset, and I'm not doing any high amount of force. This is just a regular bump that if you've got it on your belt, you're sitting, you hit your radio, it reset. It was totally impossible to treat as a reliable option. What I was expecting maybe that is fault of the battery, because we've got lots of pins. We've got the pogo pins here, we've got a lot of contacts. So I've got a second battery. I put it in, we power our radio, and exactly the same thing. So it is absolutely impossible to say that you can trust this unit. I was like in the middle of action, in the middle of conversation. It was just stopping working on me. I hear the reset and I was unable to use it. Maybe that was from a drop, but even if this is from a drop, that is absolutely not accepted. Another thing that was giving me a problem was this knob. As you can see, it's falling off pretty easily. So if you drop the radio, it's going like that. And the problem is not in dropping, just so you know, because I've got my phone, this is my encrypted phone, and I drop it and it's okay. I drop my other radios and they are still okay, and those radios I've got much more than that one, so something is clearly wrong with this build. Now we can focus on the software side. The only thing that, because the problem with the software side is that you can fix them by applying a software update, but with those Chinese stuff you are never going to see an update. I saw update for this unit like 2 times after it was released, like the new firmware, and then it was dead. The company started doing newer model, and this is an obsolete. You've got absolutely no firmware update, so I'm pretty sure that the problem that I'm going to describe you, they could be resolved by a software update, but no one is going to do that because it's not sold anymore. First, I have to tell you something good, because we have to be fair. It have a superb audio quality. Here is a speaker. It is absolutely crazy loud, which is going to be the problem, but just in a second. And the voice is crystal clear in both directions. Here I believe we've got the microphone, and on the back I believe there is a microphone for noise cancelling, and I've got absolutely great communication with this unit. The biggest problem in this device is with the short text messages. This is the DMR part. Let's load it. This is the software that is controlling the radio part. As you can see, we are loaded. I've got couple contacts. I've got the SL, which is my Motorola SL, and I can start transmitting, and it will go to the Motorola. You can see the name. Testing 1 2 3 4 5 radio check, and I can talk back. Testing 1 2 3 4 5. So the communication is working pretty okay. Let's try to send ourselves a message. So I'm going to hit the text icon, and I'm going to type a message. The test message. I'm going to hit send, and it was received properly, but it's saying that the sending is failed. I'm not sure if you saw this. Failed to send, and I've got absolutely no idea why. If we are trying to do that in reverse, if I go to the contacts, to the Boxchip, I'm going to send message. I will put anything, and I'm trying to send it. It does not send. And I'm pretty sure that you've got a very valid reason to tell me that that's because I'm in the Motorola settings, but I hook up, of course, with my micro USB to the Motorola SL. I loaded the code plug, and I am in the DMR standard, so I'm not sending in the Motorola, I'm sending in the DMR, so it should work. Of course, it's not working not only on that Motorola, on different one, DP4800 from my base radio DM46, it's also not working. So for me, the SMS function is not possible to be used. I would say that this is a killer, and I'm pretty sure that this could be resolved in a software, but as I told you, there is no new software. When I was doing a couple range checks, I would say the receiver is not good, it's not bad, it's like average, cheap Chinese stuff. What is working very well is the site for the POC, and when I've got application like a Walkie Fleet, let me sign in and let me show you that. Let me log in, And now we can use it like a multimode radio, like we should do. So if I'm going to press PTT, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
radio check.
radio check.
We are receiving on my TAF Let me show you this. So here is my TAF I'm pressing the PTT. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
1, 2,
radio
3,
check.
4, 5, radio check.
You can see, but when I'm going to press this button, I'm going to switch into DMR, and we will be able to transmit into Motorola. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Testing, testing. Just like that. Go back to the LTE. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So, as you were able to see, it's working good, but at the same time, the overall experience is bad. The overall experience is bad. The software problems, the low spec of this device, like everything in this unit feels cheap. It have like a slow CPU, it have low memory, the camera have a bad quality, like this is quality of the camera. And you can say that, oh, you are not buying this to have a good camera, but at the same time they are selling you this unit as something that's going to replace your normal device. You've got a smartphone and the radio, so it should replace your camera, but this have like a terrible quality. Yeah, it's just bad. Of course, that was like a outdoor device for any activities, but it have a touch screen that is not responsive after tiny amount of water and rain. Let me just cancel the notifications, and we've got a missed call. Let's delete it because it's going to remind us. So if you've got some water, it's go crazy. You can see that it stopped responding, and this is a problem. This is a problem because if you go like into the field, you would like to open map on this unit or even like set the channel, then you've got a problem. You've got rain, you've got snow falling, and in compare, if you go to this device, which of course is a different class of device, but here we can enable a rain mode. Here is a rain mode. I've got somewhere a glove mode. Here is a glove mode. Okay, but those two drops is a rain mode. And now if I'm going to open like a chat, like a keyboard, I've got the water, and we can type, for example, hello. You see this? Everything is working fine. You see? That's what you've got if you pay a little bit more. So everything about that is bad, and I do not recommend you. I do not recommend you. It's going to be painful for you to use it. It's definitely not going to replace your proper device. As a general idea, it was nice on the picture and on the review of people who people have fun with this unit, and yes, it does work as I told you, because I'm not saying it's not working, but it's too painful and you are not going to have good fun, in my opinion. Not for professional use, maybe for amateur radio weekends it's get a pass, but not for anything more serious. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you find that interesting. See you next time and bye bye.